Here it is, the report from the Wall Street Journal. Andy Puzder expected to be nominated to be the Secretary for Labor. Now, he joins a long list. Now, he's a regular on the show. He joins a long list of other regulars who have been appointed to positions in the cabinet. Andy Puzder likely to be Labor Secretary. The Wall Street Journal says he is. And look who's here. Perfect timing. The former CEO and president of Walmart, Bill Simon, is with us. So, welcome to the program. Great to have you with us.
Hey, Stuart. It's good to be back with you.
I take it that you are happy to see Andy Puzder at Labor, because you've had some trouble with unions and Labor in your time. I guess you got to be happy at Mr. Puzder's nomination?
Yeah, Andy's terrific. I think he'll do a wonderful job if that's the president-elect's decision. You know, it's time that we got a business-friendly person in the Department of Labor. We went through a pretty difficult stretch there. There doesn't need to be animosity between business and labor. The only way forward is for us to find a way to work together so that there can be good jobs and that can be good for business. And Andy's got that skill set. I look forward to that. I hope that comes to fruition.
Excellent. Perfect timing on your interview today, so we appreciate being here. Now, Donald Trump, in his interview with Time magazine, he was the Person of the Year, he says he wants a list of all the American companies which propose to leave America. He says he's going to call all of them. I want to get a list of companies that have announced they're leaving. I can call them myself, 5 minutes apiece. They won't be leaving. Do you approve of that kind of muscling of private enterprise companies?
I think it's a fantastic approach, to be honest with you. You know, a hands-on approach by the President of the United States. It'll work. It'll work short term. And that's really what I think the president needs coming into office. A phone call from the president will certainly cause any CEO to pause. And then if that can buy the president time the new president time to implement the policy changes that need to be implemented in order for this to work and to be effective and to last, I think that's a terrific approach. And it will require hands-on, and I'm really happy to see that he's going to take that approach.
One of the themes on this program, sir, in recent weeks has been what we perceive to be a change of mood in the country. We now see President-elect Donald Trump's approval rating moving up to 50%, up from about in the low 30s in August. Do you agree with our premise that there is indeed a new mood in the United States?
Well, I do. You know, it's easy to see when the economy starts to move and the stock market's reaction to the president, to Mr. Trump's election. There's starting to get to be an anticipation and an excitement about what might be. And I think as his cabinet picks start to be revealed, they're very strong, very focused people on our country, and I think that gives everybody a little more confidence. And after a very difficult election, one where certain elements of the media had a perspective, it's nice to see the president-elect breaking through with some improvement in his favorability, and he deserves it.
Before the election, it was very hard to find a senior executive at a major corporation who was in favor of Donald Trump. It seemed like they were scared to death to raise their heads and say, hey, we want growth, we want profits. You're breaking the mold. You're very much in favor of this administration, aren't you?
Well, you know, I was a Jeb guy. I was the treasurer of Jeb 2016, and so I didn't start out as a Donald Trump supporter, and in fact, I didn't support him during the campaign. Now, I didn't come out against him either. I took an approach that said, let's wait and see. But 4% GDP growth, which, by the way, was in Jeb's platform and is now part of the president-elect's platform, will cure a lot of what ails this country. It'll help us move forward. And seeing the president-elect take the approach that we're going to grow the economy and we're going to do it with a rebound in American manufacturing and in American jobs is really exciting, and it should be to any CEO. Now, I don't know that came out in the campaign, because the campaign coverage was more about personality than it was about policy, and it's really nice to start to see the president-elect's policies begin to be implemented.
Bill Simon, former CEO of Walmart, thanks very much for joining us, sir. We appreciate you being here. Thank you.